2.
Good afternoon, folks. It is Wednesday, April 6th. We actually made this video yesterday, but we lost the sound to it, so we're shooting it again. So this is probably going to go quicker, and I will probably forget a couple of things, but I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with the pool, the clubhouse, and all those kind of things, because we haven't had a master board meeting in a while. First thing I wanted to mention is we have a lot of upcoming events from the different clubs. Lynthia is actively trying to get the social aspects of Venetian Isles back together as much as we can, because we know everybody is tired from not being able to socialize. A lot of you haven't even met the new people that live in the neighborhood. So there are upcoming events. I know off the top of my head there's an event, a barbecue coming up for the Italian American Club that's happening in April. Then Mo has a few things going on. There's a bingo event coming on and things like that. So just a heads up to come and join these activities. They may sound a little hokey, but at least you get to see each other, you get out of the house, and it gives you something to do until the pool is open and until the clubhouse is open with all of the wonderful amenities that it's going to have. We're going to take a look behind the fence here so you can see what's going on with the swimming pool. Fortunately, that's all good news so far. We were able to get a company to come and start working on it, and as you'll see when we go past here, they are actually changing out the tiles, fixing the leaks, re-diamond brighting. So we are going to have a big new beautiful pool, and that should be to you hopefully sometime in July. We're shooting for July 4th, but I'm not promising July 4th, because even once it's done, it has to sit for almost a month before we take all the readings on a daily basis to make sure it's pH balanced and there's no problems. So as soon as the Board of Health gives us the green light to open it, that's what we're going to do. Trying for July 4th, but I think it's probably going to be mid-July, because they're saying to me they may be done in mid-June. If it's before that, we'll do well. So come take a look. You'll see that we have re-leveled all the pavers on the pool deck. We've patched and repaired. Some places have been expanded. Obviously, with a big new beautiful building, we would have loved to have a new pool deck as well. But again, in my other videos, I explained that we were really worried about dragging the pool into the project, and then it would have had to have been brought up to 2022 standards for the building code, and that would have increased our bill by at least $750,000. Wasn't worth the risk. It is beautiful. Everybody that's seen it says it's beautiful. And the good news is it'll be back to you sooner rather than later. If you pan around, we're still going to change these awnings. No need to ask about that. They're going to be part of the new color scheme. They're not going to be the terracotta and the green and all of that. What else? You see the walkways are in. We're going to try and sneak in the building here so you can see what's going on. That door is locked. Let's try for another one. Oh, they're all locked. All right. The next one, which one? Nope. Nope, they're all locked. Okay, I'll keep going. So you can see them out here still doing repairs to make the pool deck perfect. You have a picture of them doing the work in the pool. You see the new color scheme is blue, and then behind that where the gutter is, that's all going to be different color glass tile, so the water shimmers, and the entire poolscape is going to be a Caribbean blue water instead of the green algae water that we had with those teal tiles.
$29,000 for lift. Huh? For a 40-foot silver lift. What do you think?
All right, got to change my glasses since we're going inside. Come on in, we're going into the poker room. You can see some of the changes. The first noticeable change is the partition wall arrived. You know, we were worried about not getting it because the company is basically going out of business. We were able to negotiate with them to get it built before we had to worry about getting our deposit back or anything like that. So it got built and delivered, and only a nominal extra cost to get it done. So we can put that behind us. We are still waiting for one of the air conditioning units to come so we can get the humidity down in the building, so we can move on to getting the carpets in and the wallpaper. You will see a little bit later in the video that one end of the building, we do have the wallpaper in because we're able to control the humidity in that end of the building. This air conditioning unit is supposed to come Friday, but I caveat that with the fact that we've heard it's coming Friday for the last of 7 weeks. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that shows up so we can keep rolling through with the wallpaper and stuff. Those are up. Let's take a look down here, because I don't think the last time we did a video any of the doors were in, so you can get a feeling for what those look like, how elevated the finishes are from what used to be here. This is all taped off. Maybe we can go through this one. You can see that the built-ins have been put in this card room. This is the card room we're now in down here. So the built-ins used to just be cabinets that didn't have a whole lot of functionality except maybe to put a tray on them. This built-in, as you can see, it has a bar sink, it has a place for coffee service, it has a place for servers to enter orders for the different kitchens in the building to get hot and cold food and for you to pay your check and things like that. So all of that's been put in and pre-wired, so it doesn't have to be done later. And now, we used to have a partition wall between the card rooms and the social hall. We currently have a permanent wall with 2 doors on it. What this is for is so that when you have a really big banquet, we could actually do the buffet service in this room, and people can go in and out this way, whether it's servers picking up food to get the food to the tables faster so you're all able to eat at the same time instead of the long buffet lines and things you used to have. I point that out because a lot of detail has gone into how the place is going to function on a go-forward basis. Let's take a peek at the social hall. All right, as you can see, everybody is in here working. Some of the trim has gone up on the walls. The tracks for the theater curtains have gone up. They're doing a lot of finished painting and things like that. Again, this end of the building does not have wallpaper yet because we can't get the humidity under control in here. There are actually humidistats in almost every room. As soon as we can get that under control, we can go ahead and start putting up the wallpaper and the light fixtures, and it'll really start to come together. Some people are probably wondering what this is over in the corner. That is another server station. Again, along with the planning in advance how the place is going to work, instead of just having folding tables and things, you have server stations in 4 areas in the dining room, and you have a whole service bar that you never had in the past, so that you can actually get cocktails and everything delivered to your table. We're going to scoot out of here because all these men want to turn their saws back on, and it's in our best interest to keep them moving. So let's go back out where we were. All right, let's go back out in the hallway. All right, you can't see very much in here because it's pretty dark without the lights on. We are still waiting for the 2,000 amp switch in order to upgrade the electric from 1,600 amps to 2,000. You would think that's easy. Right now they're saying that it's supposed to arrive on July 31st. That obviously means we won't be opening before that. Right now we're estimating that we're going to open sometime around Labor Day. If I can get it done sooner, obviously we're going to do that. We're actually examining possibilities of how to cut the amperage for the building down so we can survive with what we have rather than waiting for this switch gear. because if the switchgear doesn't come when they say it's coming, like everything else in the world is doing right now, that means we could be waiting and waiting and waiting forever. So if there's any way for us to reconfigure the amperage to get it under the 1600 amps that we have, we're going to do that, and the good news will be we'll be open sooner. But let's take a look at some of the things that have happened. They've started to put in the millwork for the built-ins. These are your old trophy cases, obviously elevated from what used to be in the hallways. They are recessed and they all light up. So you will notice, if you're familiar with the old hallways, they were much narrower and darker. They're really not a lot wider. It's just all these things are built in and they light up. So between the increased ceiling height and the little bit of width, it makes the whole place look a lot grander than it used to. We're going to go down this way towards arts and crafts. You all have noticed that the trailer for the construction people has left. The reason for that is we are having them use the arts and crafts room inside the building as their trailer, again to minimize our costs during the construction, since obviously we're here a lot longer than we thought we would be. So here's the construction office, but it gives you a peek at the arts and crafts room, what it'll look like. Big beautiful doors, lots of glass, high ceilings, clean lines, very bright. Let's go on to the library. This room is a tremendous transformation, because instead of the bookcases off a shelf that were snapped together and put in to fill with books, you now have all built-in cabinetry and custom millwork. Again, this is just the frame. It's not nearly finished, but it's beautiful when it's done. There's a fireplace. It's absolutely going to be gorgeous. A nice quiet place to get books and read, away from the hustle and bustle of everything else that's going on. Not a lot of changes since our last video, except you see things are getting finished in here. There'll be bigger changes in the next couple of weeks. The floors are down. Right now you can't see them because they're protected so they don't get scratched. And what you're hearing of all that noise in the background is they're grinding down the stairs for the emergency exit, so they'll be able to start putting on the facing for those, because they're not even right now. Let's go this way. Olympia, I know you have a shot of the wallpaper people putting up the wallpaper. So if you come down this hallway actually has the wallpaper. It's beautiful, the trim is beautiful, very modern, very elegant looking. Again, a big transformation. You see they've already floated the floor, so we can put the carpeting in as soon as we get the humidity under control. So once the wallpaper people are out, the carpet will go down and you'll really have a tremendously different impact. What else can we look at? The restaurant, they are basically prepping now to start putting up the wallpaper. The trim has been painted. The floors are done and protected. So that's coming along. Onto the billiards room. The billiards room right now is being used as storage, because obviously when things come like furniture and light fixtures and things, they wind up at a warehouse of a freight forwarder to be accepted and held until we can install them. So we have all the chandeliers, the light fixtures and everything. We actually had them shipped here and being stored in the billiard room under lock and key, since that area is clean, so we could cut down the expense of $1,000 a month, of many thousands of dollars a month of warehouse space with the freight forwarder for all of these types of things. But they're here. You can take a pick in the room. The wallpaper is up in here. Some of the built-ins are starting. They're adjusting the lights in the built-ins and things like that. So it just gives you a sneak peek at what's to come. Beautiful finishes on all the doors. Everything matches. It's all wood. Something to be proud of. We want you all to love it so much that you want to show it off to all your friends and bring them here to use it and enjoy it with you for many years to come. That's about it for today. and stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon.